Hello everyone. Today we will now see some examples pertaining to active voice and passive voice. In our last two sections, what we saw was some basic rules related to active voice and passive voice. Now, it is important for us to know the rules, and also what is more important is how to apply those rules in the coming questions. Now, in a couple of minutes, we will be doing 14 questions pertaining to active and passive voice which are asked in staff selection commission exams, and the similar examples are also asked in various other competitive exams such as Mpsc and other state public service commissions. So now we see how to apply our basic knowledge of transformation of sentences, that is active voice and passive voice. So we first see the examples. Now, those who are looking or watching this video, I would request them to watch part 1 and part 2 so that they will come to know about some general rules when we convert a certain sentence from active voice to passive voice. Now, in these cases, we will be just applying those general principles or general rules. Now, in this case, what we see is you surprise me. Now, this has to be changed in some other form of sentence. Now, I am to be surprised. We know that object changes to subject in case of passive voice and subject changes to object in case of passive voice. Okay. Now, you surprise me. So, it means in this case, me is the object. Okay. Me happens to be the object. And then this becomes the subject. So, it will be I. So, my answer will start with I. So, option 2 and 4 are all eliminated. What is left is I am to be surprised and I am surprised. Okay. So, I am to be surprised will not come because 2 will not come into picture unnecessarily. Hence, I would say I am surprised. Okay. And if you see, the tense is not changed. I am surprised is a sentence of past perfect tense, and you surprise me is a sentence of simple present tense. So, present has remained present tense. Is it clear to everyone? Yes, we move to the next part. The boys killed a snake with a stick. Now, in this case, there are two objects. The snake is an object and stick is also an object. Snake and sticks both are objects in this case. Now, when we see, as I said, let us see how are the options given below. The snake was killed by the boys. Okay, was killed, fair. A stick was killed by the boys. That is absolutely ridiculous. Third one, a snake with a stick. How can a snake have a stick? Okay, so 2 and 3 are out of context. Okay, a snake is killed by the boys with a stick. Okay, now the first option starts with the snake. The fourth option starts with a snake. Now, in this case, we can see the boys killed the snake. Okay, it is the snake, hence the snake in this case becomes to be an object. There are two objects, a stick and the snake, but in this case the snake will come. Okay, because 2 and 3 are out of context with respect to the meaning of the sentence. Hence, I would say it is answer 1. I would again request or urge those students to watch part 1 and part 2 of active voice and passive voice so that they can get a brief idea. Okay, we will jump to the third question. The third question is let me do this. Now, let me do this. Let us do this. So, us is out of context. Okay, the subject will not change me to us. This to be done by me, again wrong. Let this be done by me seems right. Let do this, it again out of context. So, we would say in this case the answer for third is option number 3. So, now these examples are very simple. We can, and obviously those are asked in your exams. Okay. Next, the tiger caught a fox. Now, tiger caught is again what would we say? Tiger caught is again what would we say? Past tense. Okay, so past will remain to past. The tiger caught a fox. Now, object is a fox, so object will change to subject. So, a fox was caught. I can see only option 2, which is perfectly right in this case. Yes or no? It has to be option number second and none other that. If you say for option 4, it says had been. So for had been, one should have had also in the given sentence. Okay. Someone has lit the fire. Okay. The fire was lit by someone. Option number 1. Okay. It is as simple as that. Nothing more to worry and nothing more to think about. Okay. Was. Okay. Sorry. Even I made a mistake. Was will not come. First is not the answer. Okay. Because was, I would say the tense will not change. The first is not the answer. You are requested, again wrong. The fire has been lit by someone. The fire had been lit by someone. Now has. Okay. Has. Okay. If you see the first lecture, has changes to has been. Okay. Hence I would say the fire has been lit by someone. Okay. Option number 3. Next one. Has the price rise affected all the people? Now this is a little tricky question. A little, not very much. Okay. Has means past, present tense. Okay. So present tense, there is first sentence and there is second sentence and there is third is out of context because had, it starts with had. Had is a past sentence of past tense. Are all the people affected by the price rise? Are all the people affected by the price? I guess. Are all the people being? So being will again not come. For being to come, ing should be there in the given sentence. Okay. So 1, 2 and 3 are out of question. Have all the people been affected by price rise? Are all the people? Now amongst have, had and are, we will choose have. Why? Because has and have are used for interchangeably used. When the subject is singular we use has, when the subject is plural we use have. Okay. R comes for is and are. Okay. R will come for is and are because then is used for singular pronoun, R is used for plural pronoun. Similarly has and have, in context to has and have, if I want to replace has and it says have all the people, now all the people means the noun is plural, hence have will come. Okay. R will not come because R will come in case if the sentence starts with is and not with when the sentence starts with has. Okay. The 7th one. They pick the flowers fresh every morning. Okay. Now this is again a very nice example. The flowers are picked every morning. The fresh flowers are picked every morning by them. Okay. The flowers are fresh and picked every morning by them. Okay. The flowers are picked fresh every morning by them. Now they pick the flowers. The flowers will be are starting, so it can be second or it can be third. Okay. Now the fresh flowers will not come because in this case they say they pick the flowers, comma, fresh every morning. So my subject is the flowers, so only the flowers will come at the start. Okay. So the flowers are fresh and picked, not they pick the fresh flowers, they pick the flowers. So the flowers are picked, so the flowers are picked will come. Yes or no? The fresh flowers are picked, the flowers are fresh. Now if you see 2 and 3, they say the flowers are fresh and the third one begins with the flowers are picked. Now if you see the 7th, now if you see the actual one, it says they pick the flowers, comma, fresh every morning. Hence the flowers are picked fresh every morning and they changes to buy them. Hence I would say the most appropriate in this part is third. The most appropriate in this part is option number 3. Okay. Yes. Next is everyone looked up to him. Looked up. Okay. So can I say past? So 3 and 4th is out of question. Okay. 3 and 4th are out of question. He was looked up by everyone. He was looked up to by everyone. Now it is very common. Say he, you cannot say he was looked up to by everyone. He was looked up by everyone. Yes or no? He was looked up to by everyone or he was looked up by everyone? He was looked up to by everyone because I have 2 in this case. Okay, even my answer will have 2. So he was looked up to by everyone. Okay, he was looked up to by everyone. Tell him to get out of our house would be the next one. Yeah, tell him to get out of our house. Now this is actually a little tricky one. Okay, this is actually a little tricky one. Okay, now tell him to get out of our house is a kind of imperative sentence. Imperative means order, request, entreaty, etc. Okay, now in this case, if we see that the sentence is in simple present tense, tell him to get out of our house is a sentence in simple present tense. Now in this case, okay, we have to get. If you see, we have to get. So to get means 2 plus verb is infinitive. Okay, 2 plus 2 followed by verb is an infinitive. Now in such cases, what we do, 2 is followed by basically to be. Okay, 2 is followed by to be, but I don't have any option given in my options which has to be. Now an imperative sentence, I when we did our theory part, okay, we saw pick up the box. Okay, it was like let him pick up the box. Okay, so it starts with let. Okay, it starts with let. In this 4 options, only second is the one, only second one starts with let him be told to get out of our class, and let him be told to get out of our house, not class, sorry, of our house. Okay, another way to change this should would be he should be told to go out. He should be told to go out. Okay, now in this case, if you see, he should be told that he may go out of it is ridiculous. Okay, he might be told talks about possibility, it is no possibility here, so third one is also out. He is told to get out of her house. Okay, now in this case it's told. Okay, and let him be told to get out of her house. You might see very close options, but again, in case of imperative sentence we use let. In case of imperative sentence we prefer using let, hence we mark option number 2. Okay, next, those who worked hard seldom obtain good marks. Now very simple. Okay, those who work hard seldom obtain good marks. Now in this case my object is actually good marks, so my sentence will start with good marks. Okay, who worked hard. Okay, now it is in the past tense, it is in the past tense, hence my option will be something with past. Good, seldom had good marks been obtained. No, this is not my start. Good marks are, no. Why? Are is a type of present tense. Are is used in case of present tense. Okay, good marks were seldom being will not come because ing form of, no form of ing is used in my actual sentence, hence I would say fourth one is the right option. Good marks were seldom obtained by those who worked hard. Okay, is it clear to everyone? Okay, so we move next. Yeah, the accountant took money from the customer. The accountant took money from the customer. Now what is, there are two subjects, two objects again, the money and from the and the customer. Okay, which one will we prefer? Which one will we prefer? Okay, now the money, the customer was taken the money by the accountant. Now this sounds ridiculous. Yes or no? The customer was taken the money. Absolutely not. It changes the meaning of the sentence. So and the rest starts with the money, and when I say it starts with the money, so the money is a type of direct object, so the money had been will not come. Okay, the money was taken, okay, from the customer by the accountant. Now why was taken? Because it says took, so took is nothing but simple past. Okay, took is nothing but simple past. Yes or no? Yes, so past will remain to past and had been will not come, provided I should have something like had in my given actual sentence. Okay, next one, the peon refused him admittance. Okay, the peon refused him admittance. So him is actually the object. Okay, so let us see the first one. He was refused admittance by the peon. Okay, was refused. Okay, it sounds right. Let us see the rest. Admittance is refused. Okay, changes is a past tense. Admittance was refused by the peon to him. Okay, admittance is refused by peon to him. Now even I will eliminate the 4. In this case, admittance, we cannot start with admittance because admittance is not the subject. Okay, him is the object, sorry. So object becomes the subject and subject becomes the object. Okay, hence admittance will not be used in the start. He was refused admittance by the peon. Okay, we will stick to basics. He was refused admittance by the peon. Is it clear to everyone? Even you might find option number 3 right, admittance was refused, but in this case admittance is not this object in the given 12th example. Okay, admittance is not the object, him is the object, hence object changes to subject and subject changes to object. Rule number 1 in active passive. Next, the reporter was interviewing the political leaders. Now in this case, interviewing ing form I can see, hence my answer will also have an ing form, but in this case all the 4 options have ing. Okay, the political leader were being, okay, being you can see everywhere. Now the political leaders were being interviewed by the reporter. I find first is right. The political leaders was will not come. Why was will not come? Because leaders s is there, it is a plural noun, should be followed by plural verb. It is out. The political leaders are again changes the tense of the sentence. It is in past tense, so present tense पे क्यों आएगा, it will not come in present tense. The political leader is, again it is changing to present, hence I would say option 1 is absolutely right. Okay, now comes our last sentence. The beavers have built a perfect dam across the stream. Now what have they built? The perfect dam. So now object is perfect dam, hence object will change to subject, a perfect dam. Now have built will be, see, first is had is past tense, out, this is again has been. Okay, can be my answer. A perfect dam have been built. Have will not come because have comes when I have a plural noun. A perfect dam means एक ही तो डैम है, hence it cannot be a plural thing, hence third is wrong. A perfect dam was, now was changes to past tense, hence I would say option number 2. Okay, a perfect dam has been built by the beavers across the stream. A perfect dam has been built. Why? Because have will change to has, because they both indicates present tense, as well as a perfect dam is a singular noun, hence it will follow by a verb which is singular. Okay, now if you like this session, please like, share and subscribe the channel, and if you have any doubts pertaining to active and passive voice, okay, please look the previous 2 videos and then see these 14 examples. Now we will also be coming up with more examples pertaining to questions asked in exams, so that you can also have a different perspective towards how questions are asked in the exams. Okay, but most of the times examples are very simple, okay, as we saw just now. So stay home, stay safe. Okay, take care of yourself as well as family, and don't go out unnecessarily. Take care. Bye.